What is up, everyone? Sean here, and welcome to this August update for the channel here. And of course, we're going to be looking back on July as always for this little vlog, monthly vlog that I always do for the channel. This time around, I think it feels just right with time. There are moments of just time just going by fast, but at the same time seems slower sometimes this time around. But I don't know, that's just a personal thing. That's just how I feel about it. And it's that time around again for me to make a vlog post for in regards of like updating and telling you guys how I've been doing and stuff for for during July and what's coming up in August. So now is the time to really do it, because next week is going to be quite the event. So I'm going to get into more of that soon. So real life stuff, not a whole lot that happened this month, other than there was the 4th of July little barbecue I had with friends. And it wasn't big, wasn't huge. It was just me and the boys from the We Have Fun series. You know, like Adam, Danny, Mark, and then later on Andy joined later on. So it was a pretty compact, but you know, good barbecue. And we had a bunch of food and stuff like that. And we actually played some Jackbox after that. Jackbox party games that I bought on Steam, because it was on sale for like 40 bucks for all the packs. So it was a pretty good deal from what I saw. So I just took the opportunity and bought all those packs. So it's a really good, pretty good party game with the guys, and it's funny. Like it's kind of like a sign of us just moving on from, you know, growing up from, you know, playing Wii Party and Wii Sports and stuff like that, to like something like Jackbox, which is actually a classic. It was around during I want to say like maybe 90s or something, late 90s, somewhere along those lines, or like 2000s. But anywho, I got Jackbox nonetheless, and we played that again when we were hanging out at Danny's house, because you know his parents were out, so he just wanted some people over. So we also hung out there not too long ago, and pretty much did the same thing, and pretty funny. So just hung out, chilled, and played some games, so which is really fun. But yeah, that was like probably one of the biggest things that happened in terms of real life stuff for July. Also, I did manage to watch Ant-Man. I think like a week later from the release. Just to briefly talk about it, you know, and it's actually not much to say, honestly. It's a good comedy movie. It's refreshing from all the more serious toned Marvel movies that have been coming out as of late, especially with Infinity War. So there's a lot to like kind of live up to. But I think, you know, Ant-Man and Wasp was kind of like a refreshing fresh breath of air sort of situation, because it definitely stepped away from the serious tone, and it was just a fun all-around comedy, and with, you know, Marvel superheroes. So, you know, with Ant-Man and Wasp, obviously, and I like Wasp. I like her roles. You know, you know, I thought she was like the rightful sidekick. She's kind of like, it reminds me of sort of like the modern Sherlock Holmes movies, like how like Watson is like the tougher, like stronger, you know, the stronger fighter or whatever, I think, and then Sherlock, I think, is the weaker one, or like gosh, what was it, or like the Green or sort of like the Green Hornet. Funny enough, you know, or at least a long time ago, with Bruce Lee as, you know, the sidekick. He's physically like strong and stuff like that, while, you know, you have, you know, the hero, that's, you know, that's kind of it's sort of like the sidekick, but, you know, I think he's supposed to be comic relief as well. But just like, you know, Ant-Man here, Ant-Man's like the comic relief, and Wasp is like the stronger, you know, more proficient superhero of the two, but you know, Ant-Man does like the crazier stuff, which is why he's the hero of the two, I think. You know, and of course, he's the main character. So you know, there you go. But with that said, you know, like again, it's a good all-around film, filled with a lot of comedy, and it's a and it's got that Marvel Cinematic Universe touch to it, and I thought, you know, I think the weakest part, really, in my opinion, personally, was the villain, and to me, this isn't really focusing on the villain this time around. It's kind of just like, oh, you know, Ant-Man and Wasp and Hank Pym are just trying to get you know, the mom back, you know, Hope's mother back from you know, going subatomic. You know what I mean? She, you know, long ago, you know, she went subatomic during one of during the last mission, you know, with Hank and his wife together for one last time, and she you know, she sacrificed herself by being smaller at the cost of going subatomic, which, you know, basically, you know, it's where you just grow infinitely smaller, or shrink infinitely, to the point where time and where time is irrelevant. So therefore, you know, it's you're like in this completely different dimension now, pretty much, and they try to get her back from that, and that's pretty much like the plot, the biggest focus on the plot, in my opinion. But you know, there's happens so to be another person who's trying to get their hands on this technology so that she can revive her body from, you know, this you know, terrible condition, which, yeah, you know, gives her powers, but she's also kind of like, you know, cursed with this power as well. So she's trying to reverse that with, you know, that technology that they're using. So I mean, overall, it's a pretty, you know, like I said, it's a pretty good movie. It's not bad at all. I mean, despite the bad things that might have come out of this movie that people are saying or pointing out, but you know, a couple of people might saying it's boring or whatever, just because I think it had a lot of to live up to from Infinity War. So kind of just like, it's like sort of a step down in a way, kind of just settling down in a way, and it'll probably pick back up next year with part 2 hopefully coming up. But you know, like, again, in my opinion, it's a very good, you know, comedy movie with that Marvel name slapped in there. It was just really funny. I really liked Luis, of course, as always, and his crew. And I mean, it's just like, again, it's a really good all-around movie. So if I had to give it a rating out of 10, it would be a solid 8 out of 10. And I watched the first one not long before I watched the second one, funny enough. So I gave that one an 8 out of 10 as well, the very first Ant-Man. And that was, you know, definitely a lot fresher, in my opinion, because, you know, of course it's the first Ant-Man movie, so it's you know, it's gonna be new, so it's gonna have that fresh feel to it. And of course, this one's a sequel, so obviously that it loses that out. But it's a good sequel, not bad by any means. And it's just, you know, again, it's not the most mind-blowing film, of course, by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and that's what counts to me. And again, it's an 8 out of 10. So that's, you know, I'm glad I was able to catch that. It was just really funny, and I really, you know, they showed it in the trailer, but I really liked the part where, you know, Scott was, you know, little, like he was kind of like between little, he was like between like that small Ant-Man and his regular size, so he's kind of like basically like a kid, but even smaller. So he kind of had to like you know, struggle up to the van seat, and you know, Hank was like, "Oh, you want some string cheese and juice box or something?" And you know, that kind of joke. So that was really funny, and there are plenty of other funny moments too that, you know, I could go on probably, but don't want to go on too long for the sake of the video. So yeah. Also, I think in real life, when it comes to real life stuff, you know, of course, I've been working. I've been trying to just, you know, do as much as I can. And of course, I've been hitting the gym once again, for this month. Just kind of trying to keep up with the gains and stuff like that. And I think, I made some PRs too, made some progress. I'm able to lift more with the deadlift, and I feel like, my triceps are getting stronger too. So I think that's cool. That's pretty awesome. So I used to kind of struggle on that, but now my triceps are, I think are getting stronger. So definitely am able to lift heavier. So that's something, right? So that's definitely some sort of progress. I also PR'd with the deadlift, like I said, and just but otherwise I've been keeping up. So I actually didn't skip any weeks or skip any days, or might as well say weeks. But yeah, but man, it's been really hot though in the gym though, because the entire weather is like the majority of this month, or July, has been pretty hot. Like I'm really glad that it wasn't that hot during our barbecue. Like it was like really nice. It was like nice 75, clear skies, blue and everything, right? So it was perfect for cooking, perfect to hang out outside, get that fresh air, and then otherwise this awful heat wave came in, and it was just super hot, and I'm like constantly sweating, whether I'm at the warehouse or at the gym. And the gym is just super stuffy, and it feels like they're not really doing anything with the air ventilation or circulation or whatever. It feels like they're just half-assing it just for the sake of being cheap or whatever, not trying to spend too much on energy bills or whatever. But dude, it's stuffy in there, man. It can be unpleasant, and I don't know. I hope they take note of that and do something about it by the time I go back there. But we'll see. But I will be making a skip, unfortunately, but for a pretty obvious reason that I'm about to mention, not too long from now. Yeah, because otherwise I really don't have much to share other than looking back there. I do have my Splatoon 2 amiibos with Marina and Pearl, so I haven't even opened them yet. So maybe I'll do an unboxing or whatever, but otherwise I'm not really, too, rushed to do anything with them. But I also got myself the charging stand, which is like this tiny little thing, but it can actually hold the Nintendo Switch up like at different angles now. Now, unfortunately, it has to be, relatively kind of naked. Like, you can't have any like accessories on it. It just has to be its bare, bare Switch body in order to get to get onto the stand. And this is a first-party stand. This is straight from Nintendo, so this is an official product here. So this is what we got, in terms of like first-party accessories so far. And so far, I mean, I haven't really used it because, I haven't really gone outside to really, create the need for that application just yet. But that may be happening, like I said, that's coming up, which is EVO 2018. I am so excited to meet up with my friends once again and get together, hang out, play games or whatever, just hang out in general. I think it's gonna be a little more busy with a certain someone within our group. Keeters, he's been really prepping up to get his Artist Alley stuff going, try to get himself out there, put his name out there as well as his talent. So if anyone is actually going to EVO 2018, which is coming up a week from now as I record this, please come by to Keeters' artist table, and he's selling some pretty awesome stuff. He's trying to like get some stickers going. He's getting some buttons going as well, but also of course the good old posters. His art style is really cool, in my opinion. It's pretty unique from a lot of the people who do their Artist Alley stuff, but I think his is unique. He does a pretty good job with the painting and stuff like that on digital painting, and does a really good job just making it unique. And I think it's like a kind of a blend between a lot of styles, including anime, of course. But do take time to come by his artist table or at the artist alley at Evo if you guys are going there again, and at least give him a little greeting or something, or buy something from him, because he's gonna have a bunch of cool stuff to choose from. So if you guys want something to decorate your console or your PC or whatever it is you want to decorate, I think he's got it. I think he's got the merchandise to do that, and it's all like gaming related, of course. He's got cross tag battle from Blaze Blue. He's got something from Street Fighter coming up too, but not to be specific. He's got also some Bandai stuff too, like Soul Calibur. He's got Dragon Ball Fighter. He's got also Tekken 7 as well, of course. And I think he might be selling the Fate Grand Order stuff as well there. I'm not too sure on that one, but he's selling a good amount of stuff there, and it'll really help him out. So and he's a good buddy of mine, so really appreciate it if you guys would take the time to come by his table or whatever. So again, I really want to get this out there because he's a good buddy of mine. So but yeah, we're all hanging out, we're all gonna have a good time hopefully, and it's just another year of Evo just coming up, not too long from now. So I'm personally excited. It's gonna have some cool games to have on main stage, like Dragon Ball Fighters and Cross Tag Battle. Now I don't know if we're gonna watch the finals for that one. I kind of want to do just because we're there. We might as well make it a little more special, but we'll see. But we're definitely really gonna try to be together for Sunday Finals live at the Mandalay. So I think that'd be really cool if we can stick together for the entire time. But obviously there's gonna be some games that we're gonna be bored of. But that's just a personal preference thing. So I'm not really too grouchy about that, and I think either way we'll have a really good time. We'll have some food as well, like try to pig out as much as we can. We're in Vegas after all, and also kind of want to point this out there as well. So I am gonna do something stupid, openly stupid, when it comes to money, because instead of actual gambling at Vegas, which I kind of try to stay away from, I'm gonna try to do something actually that is relevant to my interests and stuff like that, and that's Fate Grand Order and the summer banners coming up for the gacha stuff. So maybe I'll try to get some polls from one of the summer banners. I'll definitely focus on part 2 of the banner if anyone knows what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna dump in actually just straight up $100 in there, just because it's Vegas and then I have definitely room to spare. So I'm just gonna go all out. It's Vegas, so just why not? Just kind of go all out with that and just have a good time and see what I pull. And funny enough, I already have over 100 Saint quartz saved up, just from free just logins and stuff like that, just earning them and whatever, and all the campaigns and whatever, all the free quartz that we got over the course of time since I think the paid gacha or guaranteed gacha that came out a while back. No, that was in July. I actually just saved up. Sorry about that. I just saved up just over time. I don't know when exactly from, but a good amount of time now. So I have like 100 and something quartz. So I'm gonna dump in $100 more worth of quartz. So I think I'm gonna have like a good amount of quartz to work with, and I want to see what polls I get from the summer banner of Fate Grand Order here. And it's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be fun, and I don't know. We'll see how my luck is with that. So it's all about the gacha, man. It's all about the RNG. So I'm kind of excited for that one. That alone. So but yeah, just everything around Evo I'm excited for. Having Keter's over my house just to house him for a little bit until we take off to Vegas along with 2 other people, and we're gonna meet up with Energamma from the podcast and some of the Let's Plays and stuff. And again, we're gonna have I think we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be great. and something for me to look forward to, man, or all of us for that matter. And I'm just also excited for what reveals they have for the for Evo, you know, for certain games. You know, we're gonna see something from Street Fighter for sure. We're gonna see probably from Tekken 7. Did I say Street Fighter 5? I don't know. But anyways, Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball FighterZ probably, maybe, and probably on the Switch version they'll probably say something about that. I think they'll say something about Smash as well. They are having a special exhibition going on Friday of that of Evo. So I'm pretty excited about that too. Want to see if I can catch that, and along with an announcement. But I think cross tag battle as well. They're gonna just pretty much reveal all the leaked characters or whatever. I think seems pretty close. So I think all those leaks or whatever for cross tag are for the most part accurate. So therefore, Mitsuru is gonna make it in there, and all the other people I'm probably forgetting. Rizuha from Yuzuriha, excuse me, from Unil, and a couple other characters that I don't want to waste time on. But anyways, I think we're definitely going to see some exciting reveals as well during Evo. So, you know, Street Fighter, we got G coming, you know. So anyways, but yeah, pretty much, sorry, I'm kind of like all over the place, but I'm really excited for Evo. I want to get that out of the way, you know, get that out of my chest. So, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to Evo. So, there's gonna be a little dry spell with my video somewhere in that line, because obviously I'm out. So, you know, that's kind of like my vacation. So, that's pretty much, you know, that's the reason why there's gonna be a little bit of a shortage when it comes to videos, but otherwise, you know, we'll be back for sure. We'll probably have a podcast episode just talking about Evo once again, and we'll resume from there. And when it comes to what I did for the channel, not much, but we know, I think we're just wrapping up with Detroit. I think it's really, you know, winding down to the final episodes and stuff like that. And then I did kind of release, so I think a couple of videos. I forgot to bring up the page here, but not a whole lot much happened this time around. I think I put up that rumor video, whatever, with Marvel Infinite Uncanny Edition. But very recently, just yesterday, or today as I record this, you know, I did release another podcast episode, so don't forget to check that out. And hold on here. I'm actually trying to bring up the page here so I can know what I did for July overall. But yeah, you know, it's pretty exciting for what's coming up. And yeah, oh yeah, so I did a review for Dawn in the Bronx. I did the video for Who Is G. I also you know, like I said, you know, did the Detroit stuff. I also did a review for Detroit. If you guys want to check that out, if anyone in case missed that, it shouldn't be too far from in my video catalog. So but yeah, that's pretty much it though, for July. And like I said, it's not much to it for, you know, the newer videos and anything like that. Oh yeah, and then I forgot to mention the top 11 most anticipated games for the rest of the year. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the videos on this channel for July anyway. But what's coming up in August, there's actually going to be a big change for the podcast. Speaking of which, I kind of wanted to run this by you guys for here for now, but I will make another announcement video, you know, later somewhere down the line, or you know, we're just gonna just do it. You know what I mean? But basically, so as some of you may have noticed, the podcast videos aren't as active nowadays, and I mean, we still do come together and talk about some stuff, but not as frequently, and I kind of want to make a change to that. So we're not gonna downsize by any means. It's just gonna, we're just gonna, try to make it more consistent, maybe weekly, but definitely bi-weekly for sure. But we'll try to do our best to make it weekly. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to have smaller episodes, so that way, we can still be consistent, be on the map, and yet, we're not expending too much here when it comes to manpower. And I think, this would be a lot easier if we have just like myself and maybe 2 other people at the most talking about whatever. It could be just this one topic we can definitely focus on. We can definitely have our interest on, because sometimes we have topics on fighting games, and there's like a couple of people who stay really silent on that, and I don't want to leave them hanging for for a long time. So that's why it could be a good time to talk about all the fighting game stuff. Well, meanwhile, we can still talk about all the other stuff with the rest of the guys. So we still have the big boy episodes, with all the boys in the podcast. But we also have smaller episodes with myself and maybe one other person, or 2 other people besides myself, so 3 people altogether. So that way, again, we don't have to worry about each other's schedules as much, and still distribute that kind of content more constantly. And that's just something I wanted to do. I was kind of thinking about, and I run this by Endergamma, who kind of helped me get this whole thing going in the first place. And when it comes to the gaming side of the hypecast, because the hypecast used to be a different thing a long time ago, much different. And so that's why the reformatting kind of happened when Ender and myself got more acquainted with each other, and and then we became friends from there. And that's where the whole reformatting came in, and that's why it's entirely different from as you can look at the logos and stuff like that. So, but anyways, yeah, that's pretty much the big change I want to bring. And if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, what we should talk about, what topics we should keep in mind besides gaming, leave it down below in the comments. I would love to take that feedback and take that into consideration for those who actually enjoy the podcast. But for myself, I do enjoy making the podcast. It's not only simple, of course, but it's really engaging for myself, and to really talk about to the others about this and that, and see each other's opinions and different perspectives and stuff like that. It's really interesting, and I really do have a good time with that because of the differences that we have, or the contrasts that we have with possibly with certain topics. So I may bring in funny enough, I may bring in Keeters, because he does talk quite a bit. He is vocal about with it being on the topic and stuff. So I think those smaller episodes too may bring up some completely different subjects depending on what we feel and stuff. But otherwise, it's more or less the same. It's just we're trying to be more active with that stuff, and we do have a iTunes set up. We do have SoundCloud set up as well for our podcast. So for any of you who are either on those platforms, please do subscribe there, whichever place you want, and that way you can get your episodes on audio only, and you can listen to your car or something on your way to work, especially here in California because the traffic sucks. But that's one way to help cut out the boredom and stuff, and hopefully we can help you with that. But yeah, that's pretty much the big announcement I wanted to kind of make that for in this video. But I will make a separate video just to help kind of distribute that announcement again after Evo. So, but I just want to give you guys a little hint, or a big hint, and a preview on what we're going to do with the podcast series after Evo. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. Hopefully we can make it work. We can make it more consistent, and make it, you know, just that much more fun because it's different. It's, you know, something more active. So anyways, I think that's pretty much it for the big updates. I mean, duh, after Evo. So after Evo, I do want to, you know, start a new series. I kind of mentioned that in July, but I was too busy to, you know, get that thing recorded. So after Evo is definitely gonna happen. It's, you know, it's a new type of review series I kind of want to try out and experiment with. So hopefully you guys look forward to it. And I already came up with the title for us, so I think, you know, we're pretty much set on that part. I just gotta record it. I have my script and stuff like that already written out. It's just a matter of finding the time to record it after Evo, and, you know, get that out of the way. And hopefully you guys look forward to that. So what the idea is, again, you know, I don't want to go on too much since this video has been, you know, going long enough already. You know, it's pretty much like a review, but with, you know, two things kind of pitted against each other for the sake of just entertainment. So that are vaguely familiar or similar with each other. So for example, you know, I would give you guys a big hint, or, you know, big preview, and basically for the first episode I'm going to have Blaze Through Cross-Tag Battle versus Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So now, you know, you guys may roll your eyes and maybe tell yourself it's pretty obvious who's going to win that little battle, right? Or win that episode. But it's just to give you guys an idea what the episodes are going to be like. It's kind of like a pilot, you know. You guys are going to understand the format of it and the basic premise of that series. So and the name is going to be Review Rumble. So that way, instead of like Battle of the Games or something, or Battle of the whatever, or Battle Royale or whatever, just to keep it more universal. So that way I can kind of use it for other things, maybe compare two animes or something, or two movies that are vaguely similar with each other, or just like, you know, this one doohickey versus this other device, for just the sake of entertainment again. So for example, I'm probably gonna bring up Call of Duty Black Ops 4 versus Battlefield 5 in a future episode or something, but we'll see. We'll definitely see about that. And I definitely would love to, you know, keep, you know, playing around with that idea once I get the first episode going. And again, hopefully, hopefully you guys look forward to it. So when it comes to like streaming and stuff like that, I would like to do I would like to stream more different games, because I've been doing a lot of mobile gaming as of late. I haven't really touched my console games too much other than some Monster Hunter, but that's barely anything in comparison to other months. It's been a little dry, of course, on games, so Monster Hunter was the only thing I played on console, and then everything else was just on mobile. I picked up Puzzles and Dragons, and just because the Persona 5 or the Persona event came up, so I just wanted to see who I pull out from the Puzzle and Dragon game, and I managed to get Mitsuru, Yu Narukami, I think Makoto from Persona 3. Also, we get Aegis from Persona 3, Makoto from P5, and then Teddy, and then who else did I get? I think that's pretty much it. I think that comes to mind. Oh no, I also got Akechi. There you go, Akechi from Persona 5. So I think that's like the major pulls I got from that. And they even did they even had a King of Fighters event just randomly. I'm like, what the heck? So I got Yuri from that game. So that's pretty cool. So I'm kind of liking it so far. It kind of brings back some memories. I did play Puzzles and Dragons on 3DS with the Mario crossover, and that was kind of neat. It did get a little harder as I went farther and farther, so I kind of put down the game for a bit and I would play something else. But otherwise, here on the mobile device, it kind of makes sense, you know, and it's fun to try to see who you get in the little egg machines or whatever, or the gacha machines. But Yeah, it's just more of Fate Grand Order, more of Ramble Fantasy, of course. Really like that game in comparison to the other mobile games. And also, I've been passively playing Girls Frontline. I'm just continuing to just gather up some resources and just try to see who I can pull from the heavy productions. But that's pretty much it. Nothing really on the real games. And oh yeah, I did play Cross Tag Battle this very briefly for this month as well. And I did mention Jackbox Party somewhere in this video, so there's that. So just like I said, it's just kind of dry. It is natural because that's kind of how it is with summer, and that's very appropriate with this weather because it's been so hot. But although a little humid here in California, even though that's not supposed to be a thing here in a dry state. But anyways, when it comes to streaming for August, once I'm back from EVO, I will come back full force with story-driven games like Yakuza once that comes out, Kiwami 2. I will love to play Ori. I'll also love to play Yakuza 0 at some point. But yeah, I think playing Ori would definitely make a great one to come back to. Like a nice return. But I would love to do more streams once they come back. So but for now, it's just mobile game streams, and yeah. So that's pretty much what's before EVO. But after EVO, we're gonna have some new goodies coming in for the YouTube channel and also the Twitch channel as well. So I'm personally looking forward to it. I hope you guys are as well. And that's pretty much it. We're pretty much around the 40-minute mark, so definitely we can definitely cut it now. So definitely talked a lot about EVO, the podcast announcement or change or whatever, adjustment. But if you have any comments or any suggestions for the channel or just anything related to the channel at all, please leave it down below. Love to check them out as always. And don't forget to hit the like as always. And subscribe and all that fun stuff. And if you want to continue supporting the channel, all the links will be in the description below, including Loot Crate, including Twitter, and my Twitch stream, and of course, and all that fun stuff. So, and of course, I needed to make more emphasis on this. But if you guys have iTunes or SoundCloud, please subscribe to us. I believe the links are in the description as well. I just made the iTunes link as well. So please subscribe to that if you guys want to check out more of our podcasts in the future, especially with that big change coming. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the July look back and the August 2018 channel update. And it's always it's always fun to have you guys around watching the videos and stuff like that, and continuing to support. Really appreciate it, guys. And so after EVO, I'll see you guys in that next video. Sean out.